welcome to another video. Today we're gonna have a look at a kind of a squelchy sound that mimics, or not mimics, but has like this kind of vocal character to it, like a human voice. So let's just have a listen to what I have so far. I feel I have a sequence going on and I want to add another sound to it. So far we have this. So what's actually happening here is that I have AutoGrid, the 4-channel version here, choosing between different patterns randomly. So this is like a seed, and each seed has its own setting for each of the parameters that you see here. And then you have probability for the different inputs, where the inputs corresponds to these channels over here, which I have some recordings of different sounds to it. So to create some kind of question answer thing going on. And then you can have the probability of the time division happening over here. I'm just gonna reinsert the probability so you can see. So this is like in percent values. So you have like a 50% chance of having a quarter note, eighth note, half a bar, and a quarter note playing in length. And then I have the gate set to 100%, and same goes with the external internal mix over here. And then you can play around with the play probability. So like how often will the autogrid actually trigger? So it's like a different parameter that controls all of these together. Anyway, this wasn't supposed to be a tutorial on autogrid. I'm sure most of you knows how it works. But the idea here is to add a new sound to it. So we're going to start by right-clicking here, and then I'm going to add a new MIDI track. And I'm going to get my trusty Serum 2 over here. And we're going to start with the basic saw shape over here. And I'm going to turn that to a bandpass, the filter. And I just need to, yeah. So let's just increase the volume a little bit. And if you right click, you can see frequency response on FFT over here. And to create a simple squelch, it's quite easy. All you have to do is just grab an LFO. And I'm going to invert it. So if you go to the matrix over here, go in the opposite direction. So let's just 12 semitones. Sorry, minus. And I'm going to turn this to hertz instead. And I'm going to map this macro 3 to the rate. And then I'm going to take another LFO, LFO2, map that to the cutoff. Just going to dial in the setting over here. Actually, I have to do it the opposite. Or actually, no. I don't. And I'm going to do the same over here. I'm just going to turn down the rate. And I'm going to map macro 4 to the rate of the second LFO over here. Then I'm just going to draw an arbitrary shape. Not going to think too much about it. LFO 1. Something like that, maybe. Cool, we got the basic sound down. And next we're going to go into the effects section over here. And I'm going to add some distortion to it. Then I'm going to add a filter, and then we're going to go into the misc section over here, and let's go for the ring modulation, because this is the one that actually gives that vocal character to it. I'm just going to turn down the mix a little bit. I'm going to have it start at around 500, 600, 600 hertz. And then what we can do as well, we can maybe let's just randomize, I don't know, curved maybe, see how this sounds to the mix. What I'm going to do is I should be able to control when this LFO plays. So if I go into the matrix, just drag this here. No, sorry, over here as well. Yeah, aux source, and then we choose macro 2. And then let me think about this. Because what I want to do is I want to, or actually no, I'm sorry. Let's just remove that idea. Take that idea out of the equation, and remove the LFO completely. I think it's better if we just control our mix manually. So just remove all the modulation over here, and we can have macro 2 control the mix of our ring modulation happening. Awesome. So next I want to add this into some kind of space. So I'm going to use a convolve for that and use a short impulse response, maybe the tiny diffuse. Cool. Yeah, that's sounding pretty cool. And then let's add some hyperdimension to that. And lastly, a bit of reverb. Go for the hall. And we designed our own kind of space to it. And let's just have an EQ that kind of tames the highs a little bit. Cool. That's basically it. So what we can do now is basically create a MIDI clip over here, Control Shift M, and then find the note of G, control like this. Let's just color this the same as the one included over here. So on the group here, we have the 4-channel version, but what's actually happening now is that we have 5 channels. So how do we solve that? Well, we can turn this off, and then we can go for the 8-channel auto grid instead. And I prepared this one already. So this one acts exactly the same. So you have like channel 1 go into 41 over here, channel 2 to 42, so on and so forth. And then we need to add the 5th input as well, which would be 45 MIDI track. And the thing is with AutoGrid is that you have to make it listen to the sends in order to work properly with the idea that I'm having in mind. So you have to go to the routing output over here, and instead of having it go to the group, you have to send it to sends only. You can see that it sends only if you play the track now. You can see that they turn like blue. And of course we need to fix the volume over here. Cool. And now it's basically all about automating stuff. So let's just create a rack out of this. Configure this one, this one, this one, this one, and macro 2, macro 3, macro 4. And just to clean this up a little bit, we can like take away the ones that we don't use. So yeah, let's just record some jamming over here. Now I know that you didn't hear everything because I was already routing it into AutoGrid, but what we can do is we can turn all of these guys down, turn this one up to 100%, channel 5 up to 100%. jammed it out. And with macro 2, we can control how much of the ring modulation mix is going to happen, right? While these guys control the speed of our LFOs happening. Cool. One last thing, it can become quite boring to just have it play like that. So what we can do is we can add some like glitching effects to it. So I like using net effects for this. Specifically, like the repeat can be quite cool. So I'm just going to turn down the which type of repeat it happens. So it's going to do every 8th note and a quarter note. Stuff. And yeah, so let's just record this to an output. I already had one prepared, I see. And we need to increase these guys. And then just record this. So it's recommended to start quite early, so it kind of catches up. So yeah, that's basically it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.